We wanted to talk a little bit about the do-it-yourself divorce folks. How are you coming across them? Is it during, have they reached out to you because they're trying to do their own divorce and they reach out to you, or we're talking about also some pitfalls slash horror stories. And I'm assuming that was kind of after the fact that they did their own divorce. And like I mentioned, when we see complex or the questions start coming up from a financial standpoint, I'll usually refer them to someone like yourself to get those questions answered, because that's obviously not my expertise. How are these folks? How are you coming across these folks and from these different areas?
So I have a lot of do-it-yourselfers who reach out to me and just say, hey, I'm starting the process, or I'm part way through the process and we're looking at this potential settlement. What do you think? What are my blind spots? And I come in and just give them my analysis on their potential split. And sometimes I'll put it in like a chart that shows visually like what that actually looks like. Mm-hmm. And I will help them understand, what their situation is and what the potential split looks like. So ideally they come to me before things are set in stone. That's my favorite time. I'm like, please, please, please call me before you sign off on an agreement, especially if it's a DIY type thing. Yeah. Because I have a lot of people come to me after the fact and they're like, oh, I really wish I hadn't agreed to that. I wish I would have known you earlier. I hear that so many times. And so I didn't even used to do mid-divorce work. I used to just work with people after their divorce was finalized. Uh-huh. But I heard so many of them say, I wish I had met you sooner, that I was like, you know what, there's such a need for that type of support that I need to do that as well.
Now, when you are handling these types of cases, is it just the woman you're providing the advice to, or is it you're doing an analysis of the agreement in general and would say, this is what it's going to look like for each one of you based on what you've come up with?
I just work with one side.
Okay.
So if something was like really in favor of my client, and if it wasn't, I tell them like, hey, this is a really good deal and you're getting more than your ex. And but I'm not working with their ex. I'm not telling them, hey, gotcha, this is not fair. I'm just working with one side.
Okay.